that Flight 261 is delayed due to weather conditions in the destination airport. Further information will be given in 40 minutes.
I know how she feels. You know, it shouldn't take away from the trip we've had, though. That's where these things come in. You gotta wait for the airlines. Thank you, Rose, by the way. She does a great job of packing. But we had a great trip. You know, we started out in Duluth. What a great city, huh? Port town. We saw the bridge that rose so that the ships could go under it. We had that dinner on Lake Superior in the harbor. That was tremendous. Then we went to, where else? Well, Mackinac Island, of course. Fudge capital of the world. Although strangely, some of that fudge smelled like horse. Not quite sure what that was. And then, of course, Frankenmuth. First time I've ever had a Bavarian dinner. It was delicious. Wiener Schnitzel, sauerbraten. It was tremendous. Then we went to Detroit. We saw the museum, the Henry Ford Museum, and then got ready to leave. That's where I sit. Once again, delays happen, but it was all worthwhile. Excuse me for a second, my phone's ringing. Oh, according to the latest airline text, I'll be leaving a week from Thursday. Just kidding. It was a great trip. Thanks for being with us. And what do you say, Iceland next year?
The departure gate has been changed to 30B. Also, there will be a slight departure delay due to inclement weather outside. The ground crew is in the process.
And this is Philly.
What we do is, I didn't get. I do a I got to be really careful too. Especially if I have my badge.
Our guide was saying we all met at Home Depot. We got on the motor pitch and he took us to one area. It's going to be a better duration. Wait a minute, let me take like 5 years. It's wet here. Don't sit there. You can sit here. Oh, you can sit You're with us. She's the row behind us. I know. Well, Jean didn't like taking care of.
Taking us in waves here. If anyone has to sit down, he said that there's seating area to wait. Look at the first group kind of started, so we're not all crowded together. In the meantime, you can do what some are already doing. Take some outside pictures. We'll probably wait about 5 minutes before we go in. I owe some people maps yet, and we'll go from there.
I will. Yeah.
Whoa. Well, put together. Oh yeah. It's still after all these years, still in remarkable shape. Yeah, it is true. If you do a good show watching it, oh, it's beautiful. You clean up all this all the garbage and stuff. Somebody with really nice windows. Yeah. That's supposed to be straight away. And you can see at the bottom of that wooden thing there. Yeah. This Brenda's already gone down there. I just can't.
Lower down, I thought. Because it goes back. It goes down. Holy man. Andrew, get down for me. Hey, Mel. Oh, boy. Beautiful. Yeah.
And maybe here. Walking trail.
There, yeah. Is that where we got like a stage or something? It's a small plane. We got to keep going in because of early. You know, I mean, that part. You know, and then and Duluth, yeah. Not really. So, you know, but it's okay.
The first and the second decks, as well as all along the top of the third deck. Please make for amazing seats. I know they're really comfy. We just ask you, please do not stand or kneel on them at any points in time, as these boxes are not bolted to the deck. So they do tend to shift a little bit when you're sitting on them, and we don't want to see anybody fall. So please do not stand or kneel on the life jacket boxes. There is no smoking aboard the Vista Star anytime. This does include both vapes and e-cigarettes. If you have to use it, rest your mount board. They are located on the stern of our boat, on the back end of our boat.
It's pretty warm in there. There you go. Come this way too.
What trends are happening with the game? See the biodiversity claim, all sorts of stuff.
I wonder if all that unused land state farm.
We're not seeing too many overall trends. The biggest thing though is that we're finding with global warming, we're seeing a lot more extremes actually. I know last year we set a record
Living in a house right there.
and the week before that we set a record high of 144 degrees. Oh yeah. Right, that's why they got all ski resorts over there, right? I know, I've got relatives. From the dock on the Superior side, they would unload the train cars and load them on their freighters, which would then haul the iron ore off to the many steel mills all across the American Great Lakes. This dock was used until 1968 when it was finally taken out of service because they literally ran out of iron ore for this dock. Before then, it sat empty for all of 1969, and then in 1970, the railroad merged then with the other docks here, where all then got combined into one big facility, and this dock was finally retired. Today it's now used 5 feet. They can load boats of 70 to 75 feet wide. However, by the 1970s and 1980s, we were then getting vessels of 105 feet wide, so they couldn't evenly load the boat anymore. Turns out taking over your boat, a little bit strong time for some reason. And so as a result, they then built what's called the BNSF Dock 5 complex instead, which is now the active part, but they still is the only company on the Lane, Ohio, for the Interlake Steamship Company. James R. Barker, after the Biggest Matter CEO from 1973 to 19...
We're skinny dipping over there. This is really pretty. Really pretty. Oh my God. You were saying that all day today.
$8, so that's, wow, that was great. I know.
Oh, look at that.
This he got. What's he doing? Pulling out of his. What's he doing?
It's all controlled by our bridge operator at the very center of the bridge, as we have a bridge tender on duty 24 hours a day for the entirety. From there, the bridge operator would respond with the same pattern to indicate that not only had he heard you, that he would open the bridge for another salute to indicate that you were through, and that he could then close the bridge. That second salute is called a captain's salute, and will let
They must have closed it already.
Yeah, must have dropped the.
Yeah, the bear kids. There it is, it's going up. They're in that little house.
Boy, how many times that thing has to go up and down? Oops.
That's as high as we're going. Oh, I see him. Take my picture.
So at this time, I would like to give a quick little reminder. We are using the ship's horn right about now to give a captain's salute to our bridge operator. Our horn is pretty loud, and the bridge is even louder. So if you're on the outer decks, you do have sensitive ears, I would recommend covering them right about now, as once again, we are going to sound the ship's horn for a captain's salute to our bridge operator. So what you just heard there is referred to as a captain's salute, and it consists of one long.
Okay, we are underway. So at this time, I do need you to take one step. Especially going up and down the steps. The nearest one. But a lot of you may have an update personal experience with it. And that's what I'm supposed to. A lot of activists think we do with fast food. that's what I would do. Hey, we would agree to this, however. Basket of right there. You were still floating part of it. So they interrupt with it. Written box, roughly 3 by 4 by 8. There's left here. The people can pay for these radio owners to send out a little plate for them. They weren't paid there by the Park Service. No, Park Service does put on course. We decided to fill this new long road. She didn't want to socialize in the New York area. They had a retirement home right on the front with a beautiful 2-story mansion. Nigeria balconies, and even had an observation tower that was all covered in cedar shades. So it was right in the Cedar Park Lodge. Looking around and seeing some beautiful historic pictures of it. Now, we got his new 20-year wife over the shore where they're going to live together. Well, she had other ideas. But they said that on the surface. Now, that's just surface food. That would probably be the cannons from the soil. But it's the calcium and the stuff can be found as iron. I mean, there's quite a bit of iron out there. It's just not a usable form. It's very just like a rust. So that's where the underground comes from. Now, the Dominican area that's known as the Yucca. The Yucca is just a famous and very famous for advancements. Well, this is a very minor one. There's quite a bit bigger ones on Umbrella Island and Eagle Island. But the plans have been up to about 30 months to very, very long time. Now, this is a hearing dive locally. Seagulls. Before we turn around, they're up there in the Mackinac Island. You can see a very long ways. Because it does get better cold and blustery out here. But they cut a big hole in there. And they start to drop a net to it, and they fish it through using long poles, lashed or nailed together. And they can push this net hundreds of feet under the ice. And then cut another big hole and get the other end of it and let the net settle down to the bottom. And then, when it comes time to harvest, they just reverse the order. And they up the net overloaded with fish. Now, you may have noticed back up in that upper corner.
That's some
Well, I can work here. I didn't know my kayak already. Right over here is Charlotte. She was one of the chargers at Charlotte for West Mayor Valley area. And what they do is they'll bring you on that boat and put the kayaks in the water and allow you to kayak and watch the village and just go on the boat and some hiking. Because if you control the island here, we might be doing it. It's not really so hard to know where you're from.
across the open water. So, there's a couple companies that do that. It's actually works right on the water there. But it's excursions. Now you'll start to see some buildings. You'll see a little bit of water. There's actually a looking thing, water, not using water. With GPS and satellites that later. You can read buildings, you can read it up, and then plug it in so you can find it. That was the Fab Signal building. You use them, buy a phone. That's it. And that produces two bombs. We'll actually look at that green thing in front of it. There are no active Fab signals anymore. So this comes out and does maintenance on the grounds and does maintenance on all the buildings. Now there is no volunteer here this year. Because they'll get back at the south end with being reconstructed. They're not doing it this year, but it gets done next year. So there is no volunteer out there. There's just not a good place for them in the boat. For them, so it's fun. You're going to come out to this area. People in the area donated it back if they had something. So on the right-hand side, it's like a museum. And that's what the park rangers and volunteers will do a tour of. Now, I just did it about 2 weeks ago again. And I did it because it's been a few years. And even doing it again, it was awesome. They do a great job here. Well, the volunteers and the rangers, they stay on the left-hand side, on the lower and the upper stories. And both sides, the head lightkeeper and the assistant lightkeeper side, have access to the tower. Because, of course, we're putting a lot of hours. They give flashes to this day. The Coast Guard maintains that, and the Park Service maintains the rest of the grounds. And like I said, if you do have an opportunity, this is one to do. You'll notice, there's quite a few steps going out. There's actually 76 of them. Now, imagine the lightkeepers in the day coming out here for the whole summer. Well, spring and summer. Carrying all your supplies and equipment up 76 flights for steps to get pretty cumbersome. If you look closer, there's a rail system. Just to the right of the park signal, you'll see that right notch there. Now there's a trolley in there, and a winch. You see, when we started this restoration project right in 2002, we started doing more. We looked to the left and the right, you can see these 20 things. Now, at that time, we figured, well, the lighthouse probably was a once in the building, and it had probably 15 years.
Well, this is our first rock formation. It's called Miners Castle, also known as Castle Rock. Formations are around 75 feet high. And you can see the Park Service has erected a couple observation platforms. We've also built a pretty nice park up there with barbecue pits, picnic tables, and facilities building. And this is a rock formation to be able to drive to. Take it out here, you take H58 east side of the Unison. From the roadside should take about 20 minutes. We're passing through here just this past spring, and we witnessed some wedding in the front on top of Miners Castle. Now all the passengers, you know, it was a beautiful place at the wedding. No, it's not running through my mind now, because that's an marriage I know of. That snow travelers of the Black Country Trail, which seems to unison to a small village of Grand Marais, covers a distance of about 42 miles. The tracks are fixed up about 13 miles, and we're covering 12 of them today, so a lot more to see. Right over the falls. It's actually rare to see it running at all. These are runs in the very early springtime after the snow melts, or after a heavy rain. The leaves of grass get feeders to the dam in the creek that feeds the falls, and it tends to dry up in the summertime. These next three large ones have the painted homes, not only your colors, the reds, the browns, and the oranges of the onion, the blues and greens of the copper, the whites with calcium and the black is the main diseases. So this first go is mostly the climate. This lower end of here is the secondary beaches. Mosquito Beach. That's known as Mosquito Harbor. Ironically, third of an camping stop goes back over the shore trail. Mosquito Beach has been famous in the year 1940 when the large air carrier called the Sparta ran down here. The city for Sparta ran up that down onto the beach. We've seen the rip and into the lake, almost like it's raining inside a rainbow cave. And right now, what it is running year round, creates huge colorful icicles in the wintertime. Usually occurs in the springtime, and most of them are caused by the frost action. You go halfway up those large rock outcropping, that's his nose. And his forehead slants back into the trees, and the trees has the headdress. It's almost three-dimensional, that's some jawline and cheekbone maybe here. But they're covering an additional 6 acres. But that thing crashing down in 1902. If you didn't see everything else, most have been done about 30 years ago. Because it was small water kayak today, but now you pretty much have the last time. This is chapter 4. Have any folks ever done anything like this before? No. inside. Used to be a stone archway supporting those roots, but that came crashing down over 70 years ago. Yet the tree lives on. Now this is our last point of interest. It's called Spray Falls. It's one of the only waterfalls that runs year round on the pictured rocks. What happens in the wintertime, the water freezes on the outside and create a huge ice column where the water will flow through the center of it. Despite its natural beauty, Spray Falls is also the site of one of the earliest and worst maritime disasters on Lake Superior. When the side-wheel passenger vessel, ironically named the Superior, lost its rudder and its capabilities to maneuver in an October snowstorm in 1856. Crashed against the cliffs and broke into pieces. Some people say you still find pieces of the Superior at the bottom of the lake in front of Spray Falls, but in reality it's all been washed away by the wind and waves. The last answer one on that house is named George Pryor. He didn't consider isolation in a small family. He had a small family, as you said, his wife, and their 12 children. Now, George Pryor lost one of the Caribbean map in 1906. That's replaced by range lights in Newton.
As we proceed on the tour today, the main points of interest will be pointed out and explained as we pass by them. For your safety, please do not stand on the benches or sit on the back of the benches or the chairs on the lower deck. Please do not sit on any of the ship's railings in the upper deck. Also, please watch your head and your step in the stairway.
St. Mary's River for all of this tour. The river is approximately 61 miles long. It is the connecting waterway between Lake Superior and Lake Huron. Lake Superior is still ahead of us. 16 miles, Lake Huron downriver behind us, still 45 miles. Now, coming up on our left is the Valley Camp Ship Museum, formerly owned by the Republic Steel Corporation. To our left now is the George Camp Downtown Marina, owned and operated by the City of Sault Ste. Marie, open to the public with 60 master Sula at various checkpoints along the 61 miles. Out front is the Katmai Bay. She's the first Kirax Duel, one of our older freighters, built in 1967. She can carry 31,054 tons of cargo. The freighter is 730 feet long and 77 feet wide. No charge to any vessel of any nationality using the American law. They're operated toll-free by the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers with funds provided by the U.S. government. Remember, no weapons allowed and no dogs. They do take service dogs also. They take them in, or any service critter. The miles. The second set of gates are the main gates, and the third are the auxiliary gates. We're about to enter the first American lodge for MacArthur.
Now, here's a question. I think it's right there.
A little bit. Deep down there.
What is that right there?
Now it's like a little faster. You have something to gauge.
Oh my gosh, it's
Camera.
Traffic anymore.
Yeah, they get pretty close. I think it's okay.
Yeah. I always.
Really? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All those thank yous to you.
Oh.
How you doing?
It looks like, this still be got a different job. All right. Thank you. Take her away. Thank you. So all boats tie down. They cut her up and then they run.
But in 1942, the U.S. government undertook the construction of a new lock to replace the outdated Wetzel lock, and in record time of only 14 months, the MacArthur lock was opened. This lock was designed for speed, as the war effort increased the need for raw materials. 90% of the iron ore used to manufacture ships, tanks, and guns for the Allies passed through the Sioux lock.
Again, over to our left, Sulak Park. This is the upper portion. A lot of shaded area, picnic tables and benches. A great place to sit and watch the freighters go by. But you can also go up into the viewing stand there. It's all free into the park. We're now on the Lake Superior level and the gates are beginning to open. In just a minute, the safety boom will be raised. We'll soon leave the loft to continue on our tour, passing under the International Highway and Railroad Bridge. We're now in the Upper St. Mary's River, and it is still 15 miles ahead of us to Lake Superior. Lake Superior has the greatest surface area of any freshwater lake in the world at 31,700 square miles. Lake Superior contains 2,900 cubic miles of water, or to put it simply, there's enough water in Lake Superior to cover the entire landmass of both North and South America to a depth of 1 foot.
Water that regulates the wine. And yesterday you asked me what the biggest lake was. Why are you speechless? Why are you speechless? Oh, I thought you were going to guess something and say that's not what I said. Oh, you kissed my words. That's what Connor said too, right? The work that it takes. Because they tie up to you. Astronomical amount of water to freeze Lake Superior. Yeah, but I don't get how that bar is going to protect the ship. Oh, okay. But it's past the gate. I don't get that. Oh, you mean from the other side? Like the ship going on launch. Do you think they usually do 2 ways and then the other boat to that side?
So this is still all part of Lake Superior.
Yeah. This is St. Mary's River.
Right.
I didn't realize how long the St. Mary's River
No, so what is
was. So 14 miles to Lake Superior.
Wow. Oh, so we're not even.
Well, no. And I think she said 40 something to Lake Huron.
Just for me? We're going backwards.
Probably going to get a running start, I'm thinking.
I told you, really squeeze out.
All right.
Are still in use today. They're used about 5 or 6 times a day, and usually in the evening between 7 p.m. and the freighter coming up here on our left is the newest freighter on the Great Lakes. This is the Algoma Bear, built last year, 2023. She can carry almost 40,000 tons of cargo. The freighter is 740 feet long and 78 feet wide. And this is a Canadian vessel. Is a conveyor system used to transport coal from the storage area to the coking oven. When coal is baked, two major fuels are produced, coke and coking gas. Coking gas combines with natural gas used to heat the furnaces in this taconite in front of us here. This is not like a sand or granule. Broken open, the current fluff is to the flare and crescents into the lock at approximately fishermen while they're standing out in the water. It was a popular hangout for Ernest Hemingway back in the day. It lies near the city, moving up to the hydro plant on the opposite side, where the water is 19 feet higher than it is on this side. And it makes an island out of the downtown business district with 7 bridges crossing the canal. The canal, that should say the hydro plant, was built out of the sandstone they removed from the canal when they were dredging it.
Wow.
One interesting feature about the hydro plant are the pylons. Look closely. They're in the shape of lighthouses. One of the stone lighthouses helps to build the plant to tie it into grid, known for this violent stone masonry work. It's an incredible plant. There's over 1 million man-shaped sandstone blocks to get the plant.
Wow, look how long it is, Mel. Holy crap.
That's a big building.
So, ladies and gentlemen, and boys and girls, we just got back to the top, which will bring us to the end of our tour this morning with the real famous Boston.
Man, this is, we had many talents. The traffic cop was a waiter the other night.
Very kind gesture. Jeff gave up his seat here in front.
Well, yeah, I was talking about this.
Now, a little bit more of this fort history. The original fort was Fort Michilimackinac. So it's heavily fortified if you're looking from the front, but what the British did was they just went to the back of the island. They landed in an area called
winds. Yes, bad weather, treacherous. Is out your right window, and right here on is out your left window. Then we can get the luggage out really good area, get the ticket, they can enjoy that, and take them straight to the dock after that. Oops, I'm sorry. Dare I talk about this and bring... Guys all ready? 1, 2, 3.
From the straits of Mackinac Island, it's time once again for us to see.
The count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
From the straits of Mackinac Island, it's time once again for us to see. Oh, yeah. It's on the left side. Both sides. Right here. Side of the pancake place before you get to it. Which one's closer to you? I think the one on this side. Yeah.
Hi, Uncle Val.
Thanks for breakfast.
It was very good.
Good morning, Mel.
So the least I could do was buy you breakfast. Hey, Raj.
Well, right. Yes and no. We were, before they were supposed to be open, and our group, went, no one else was allowed in. That's what we're doing.
Good morning. Hi. Good day to you.
Good morning.
Wait a minute, you showing my wrinkles?
But more importantly, let me introduce you to the stars of the show. My lovely horses out front. Over here on the left, we've got Caesar, and on the right, we have Whistler. Can everybody say hi, Caesar?
Hi, Caesar.
Hello, Whistler.
Hello, Whistler.
Now, these two are a great example of a beautiful Belgian draft horses. We've got Belgian and Percheron draft horses here on the island. The Belgians, they're going to be this chestnut color with a large mane. And then the Percherons, those are going to be black, white, or a dapple gray color. Now, Mackinac Island is obviously known for our horses, and then we're also known for our bikes. Fun fact about Main Street, just along this road, we've got 17 bike shops. very good fun shops, but my personal favorite fun shop to go to is Murray's Hotel. They've been voted the cleanest spot on the island, and they've got some pretty unique flavors. So if you want to get some Superman buzz, you can totally do that. We also have chocolate chip cookies there as well, and that's what that is going to be. I'll tell you what, this is our ticket office. This is where you would normally go if you guys weren't part of a group. If you're just coming visiting with your family and whatnot. You come here, you just wait in line, grab a ticket, and hop on board. But you guys are a little special because you are with the group, so we picked you up right where you guys are staying. Up to the left, that's Murray's Hotel. That's where I get my lunch from. So if you guys happen to want to know where that is, so you guys can go ahead and get yourself. But it's right over there. Now, fun fact about Mackinac Island is that we actually don't really have any Clydesdales. Those types of horses. A lot of people like to believe that we have them, but we don't. And that's mainly because they're not really meant for this type of job, and they're going to be a lot to handle and take care of. Whereas dolphins and perch-on horses, they're not as hard to take care of, and they're a lot better at doing their job. So guys, look off to the left. Over here we've got Dallas Market. Dallas Market is one of the oldest family-run businesses on the island. It is ran and owned by the Dallas family since 1884, and is one of the oldest grocery stores in Michigan. Look off to the right, we do have Marquette Park. In the middle of Marquette Park, there's a statue. That statue is dedicated to Father Marquette in 1909. Now, it does look suspiciously similar to the artist, and that's because he didn't know what Father Marquette looked like. I decided, you know what? I'm going to make the statue of the most handsome man I know. The man in the mirror. Slapped the beard on it and called it Father Marquette. I don't know that that works very well, but you know, he did in fact do it anyway. Also, right over here, up on the hill, that's Fort Mackinac. That's going to be one of the last points of interest on your guys' tour today. And fun fact, if you have admission into Fort, that does get you admission into all of the other historical buildings here downtown. Now, off to our right, it's going to be the American Fur Company retail store, which also serves as a Dr. William Beaumont Museum. Right on that doorstep, Dr. Beaumont did get a visitor by the name of Alexis St. Martin. Alexis came to Dr. Beaumont 250 live experiments. Those experiments, he would take little chunks of food, tie it to a string, dip it inside of Alexis' stomach and those gastric juices, then let it sit there to see what happened. That's how we learned that it was enzymes that digest our food instead of muscles like they had previously thought. That discovery led to further discoveries about the human anatomy, which is why there are two hospitals named after Dr. Beaumont. Now, to the right, we've got our United States Post Office. That is the only post office we've got here on the island. It does also work a little bit differently than most post offices, and that's because they don't deliver mail. All the islanders have to come pick up their own mail, which is why we have a saying, rain, snow, sleet, or hail, you can come pick up your own mail. Now, the only mail on the island that does get delivered directly to your doorstep is going to be from our UPS system, which mostly consists of Amazon packages. Out to the right, we've got our courthouse and police station. We have 6 to 8 year-round officers. Now, we do beat that up in the summertime with state police for traffic control and unruly tourists. Maybe if they're doing that, I don't know. However, on either side of that building, you're going to see some big bay doors. Through those big bay doors, that is where I keep Mackinac Island deepest, darkest secrets. Motorized vehicles. We do have a fire truck, a police truck, and now off to our right, here's the Mackinac Island Medical Center. A hotel that was actually right where our cemetery was. Right smack dab in the center of town, the first thing you would see when you got off the dock. We decided that was a little bit depressing. But our taxi division has grown to over 5 times that size, so it now houses our high-stepping hackneys and our wedding carriages. Here on the island, we will have over 250 weddings every single summer, averaging about 0 in the wintertime. That limestone corner is the second part of the tour today when you guys go to the state park. However, those stained glass windows were actually imported from New York. They went to go do some maintenance and found out that their stables weren't very stable. So they did have to rebuild. Pretty big green and red barns that'll shortly be off to our right. Now that green and red barn is the Grand Hotel's new stable, and does house all of their horses.
Hi, Kelsey.
Thank you, Linda. All right, how's everyone doing today?
Great.
Awesome. How's the first part of your tour?
Very good.
Good. You guys remember who your tour guide was? That's where they will go to bury, or rebury. It said that when they were moving the cemetery upstairs, KM, said that they were moving the caskets and headstones, they marked them with chalk. The reason why he was able to live that long was, one, he never got married, two, he never had kids. For 5 years, and this is important, you do have to be dead. Also, that is a short cemetery to report back home. In there are 108 graves. However, only 39 of them are known. The reason KV is 630 feet from where it is today, and it can fit this entire carriage and the horse attached inside of it. That used to be a burial station. Yeah. I'd still be terrified today if I did that.
Kim?
That's fine.
You can get to that.
The black people there, that much garbage goes away. So they'll take that to downtown and everything and pick up all the garbage. And stop off to the rest. That's where the maintenance crew goes. So if we've got any issues with our wagon, that's where they'll go to get fixed. And that's the best thing.
Wow.
My God, she went to stay in the pool.
Yeah. They did not tell the truth. And then we're gonna get off down there by the park.
Oh, no. We're on candid camera.
Go with it.
Hi, Mel. How are ya? Did you bring the beer?
I did. I should have. Oh, wasn't that sweet?
Did you go to high tea? You did? Oh my God.
Perform the miracle. You did it.
We did it.
I don't know how.
I'm still waiting for our luggage to come on. Fast prep this time.
Oh my God.
Fly with me, let's fly away. If you can use some exotic food, there's a bar in Bourbon Bay. Come fly with me, let's fly away. Come fly with me, let's float down to Peru. In Long Island, there's a one-man band, and it's good for you. Come fly with me, let's take off the blue. Once I get you up there, where the air is rarefied, we'll just fly, starry-eyed. Once I get you up there, I'll be holding you so near. You may hear all the angels cheer, 'cause we're together, weather-wise. It's such a lovely day. Just say the words and we'll beat those birds down to Acapulco Bay. It's perfect for a flying honeymoon, they say. Come fly with me, let's fly away. Take it away, big band. Put me on the spot. That was in a key a little too low for me.
Not only did I put you on the spot, I put you on the camera.
Very better. Please put your luggage having control. Very welcome to our discussion of the
He's in Bakersfield, and he's a kid about 25.
So do you ever get in touch with these people?
No. Oh, that new, yeah. They were
Our story of the Pied Piper of Hamelin took place in the 13th century. And as legend has it, a terrible plague of rats had affected the lovely town of Hamelin. No one in all the town knew a cure for this dreadful condition. Then, one day a stranger came to town. The strange man was dressed in brightly colored clothes and sang to the townsfolk, telling of his great skill for ridding the town of the hideous rats. His fee was small. He asked but a penny for each rat he removed. The town council agreed, and the burgomaster, or mayor, told the stranger to proceed with the task. One night, when the moon was full, the stranger reappeared. The citizens of the town had been warned to stay off the street, and not a soul could be seen. However, they watched from windows and doorways as the gaily clad stranger pulled from his pocket a silver flute and began to play. The melody, both strange and enticing, had a great effect on the rats. They came from every cellar, dark hole, and crevice. Rats by the dozens, by the 50s, even several hundreds, followed the piper. On and on the rats followed, right out of the streets of Hamelin, right into the river Weser, where the musically charmed rats met their death by drowning.
pipes had disappeared. The townspeople had a feeling of both deliverance and suspicion. They felt that maybe this stranger was in league with the devil, and that his astonishing feat was an act of sorcery. When the piper came for his money, the town council and the burgomaster had already agreed to refuse the promised fee. The piper felt betrayed, cheated, and with great bitterness gave warning of a serious evil to come to the people of Hamlet. Little did the townspeople know that music hath charm, not only on rats, but on the children of the city as well. One Sunday, when all the parents were attending church, the piper returned to play his haunting melodies. These tunes were more strange and unknown than those played in the past. The children, young and old alike, stopped their play and ran forward to follow the piper through the streets. Unaware that they were being trapped, they followed through the Strasse, the street where no music has ever again been played. The children followed the piper through the east gate. From the city to the Seven Hills land, where they vanished into a mountain. The legend has it that two children, one crippled, one blind, could not keep up with the piper and the other children, and thus were left behind. Returned to the town of Hamlet and told of how the piper had obtained revenge by leading off the children of the village. Parents made a long search, but to no avail. The children had disappeared. Disappeared from the city forever, never to be seen again. Today in the city of Hamlet, in the house called the Blackfetcher's house, is still seen the old rhyme carved in a beam, which tells of this historic 13th century event. Thus, you have the legend of the Pied Piper of Hamlet.
No, it's fine. we're going to do a little bit of both.
Michael Bublé.
Take a look at the flight of the head. It's glistening once again. Candy canes and silver lanes aglow. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Toys in every store. But the prettiest sight to see is the holly that will be on your own front door. A pair of hopper boots and a pistol that shoots is the wish of Barney and Ben. Toss at the pocket and go for a walk is the hope for Janice and Jen. Mom and Dad can hardly wait for school to start again. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Everywhere we go, there's a tree in the Grand Hotel, one in the park as well. It's the city light that does mind the snow. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Soon the bells start, and the fiddle make ring. Is the carol that you sing right within your heart? It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Toys in every store. But the prettiest sight to see is the holly that will be on your own front door. Sure, it's Christmas once more. Stop and have a look at this first. By the time we tell them something gets darker again. Sure. We can stop and sing Silent Night before we get off. Which one? Yes.
Giddy up, giddy up, giddy up, let's go. Let's look at the show. We're riding in a wonderland of snow. Giddy up, giddy up, giddy up, it's grand. Just hold it, hey. We're riding over the summer road to be fairyland. Our cheeks are nice and rosy and chubby and
Go to the Ohio. The aviation tour with all the young brothers. Extreme Honey Fest, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We are now coming into the Edison Airport District. When I started up, the original part on for the laboratory. Mr. Edison will continue his work on some of this report. The picture is what numbers for that. And the work today, this is a Penn Revolutionary Farm, 1754, Redwood, Connecticut. This is a picture of the open heart fire. The stoves were not invented yet. And then they knew it was a 12 room. The third Mr. Dragon. We are serving tea there today. That is the one for this. And the price of doing the front end. That was for the last of the one. Including the south, we have a bunch of areas in New Hampshire. We had a house with brick back, my Webster's home. Stop by the
Guys, you're riding in a 1923 Model T touring car. It's an open-air vehicle, and it was the most popular model of the Model Ts. The reason being, back in the time when these cars were built, the majority of our population lived out in the country. They were used to riding in open horse and wagon. The idea of getting inside a car and windows actually scared them. They thought for sure, should they have an accident, they would get trapped inside. So they preferred the open air car. Now guys, at this stage, I can tell you a lot more about the car, or I can tell you about the buildings. What do you want to hear?
How about the buildings?
You got it. Logan County Courthouse from Illinois. That's where Abraham Lincoln practiced law as a young attorney. This little cabin here on the corner happens to be one of my favorites. This is the George Washington Carver cabin. It's a reproduction. It was actually built here in the village. It's a reproduction of the cabin he was born in. Now, it was from Richmond Hill, Georgia. Max was a freed slave. He became a minister, a farmer, and he and his wife took care of the unfortunate people in their area. Permanent slave quarters from Savannah, Georgia. One of those little houses where they held a family of 5. And I'll get back to the Red House. This little green building here on the right is the Edison Homestead. That's where Thomas Edison's grandparents lived. It was originally located in Ontario, Canada. Down there in the valley, the white building is the Susquehanna Plantation, 1700s Maryland. It was a slave plantation. The main crops were tobacco and corn. The red house there is the Thomas Clinton home, 1600s, Sudbury, Massachusetts. Mr. Clinton was a carpenter by trade. He lived in that little state. Built in the 1600s, originally located in Cape Cod, Massachusetts. Daggett Farmhouse, 1700s, Connecticut. Inside, The cryptanaerobic thing is called a dump boat. The smaller building there is the work shed and the cottage itself. It's made entirely out of limestone and slate rock. There is the lab. If you go in there, you want to go on the second floor. Now at the end of the green is the Martin Mary Chapel. It's one of the few buildings actually built here. Henry couldn't find a chapel, so he built his own. He called it the Martin Mary Chapel. He named it after his mother and his mother-in-law. His mother's name.
If that's something you would like to do. Listen for the bell. Yeah. And the Williamsport Barn has an open house till noon. You can go in and see what their daily operations are like. That is cowboy style. You're going to sit with one leg on each side facing forward, holding on to the pole and your feet on the pedals. If your little legs don't reach the pedals, that's all right. Just let your legs hang free. But please do not anyone get their feet up on the pieces and parts of the animals. Please don't pull at the horse seats.
Hi, Jim and Betty. Hi, Jim and Betty.
I always end with a shot of the group.
So he was showing them how this worked, and it didn't work. So as soon as we got home, he got a new. He was my high school principal, so I had to walk pretty straight. We worked for him. He was interested. He pulled them in my life. He did. He just sliced it. He just sliced it everywhere.
I got it.
So, welcome to our final group meal together. Can be yours tonight if you are the person who guesses closest to the total number of miles we traveled on Gordon's motor coach.
That's cheating, Carl, in case you want to
Yes.
know. And I'm not voting because I overheard their.
Yeah, so you got it.
Jan, I think you should get it
And round either up or down, whichever way you want. Because the answer is a whole number. Put your name down. Once we're winding down for the evening, we'll have the unveil. Okay, so it doesn't count any of the boat rides. And you have to do your best guessing from your head, just like you did earlier. Do the Easter lilies smell as good as they look? I'm standing over here because we have a few important things to do today. But I was alerted to the fact that of this date.
Wow.
The best There you go. Anniversary for the Ringwell song. Join with me. Let me call you sweetheart. I'm in love with you. Let me call you sister. And you love me too. Keep around like Mary in your eyes so blue. Very good. And go to these trips. This is about, I don't know, third or fourth time we've had the pleasure of being together. Here, let's go over here. Soft upon your fields, and until we meet again, may he hold you in his hand. May God hold you in the palm of his hand.